This city is going to sooner or later some foreign anarchist is gonna steal your sandwich, that's a fact.
What the hell are you talking about?
Salut tout le monde, it's your boy Adero, Lukael, welcome back to Disco Elysium. This is episode 16. In the last episode, we finally, there's that word again, got a full testimony of the events of the night of the murder, like what actually happened. Not the lynching as we first believed, but the shot in Klaasje's room. So we now have a much better idea of what actually happened on that night and the way he was shot. So now we are looking for the actual murderer, but we also now have a pretty good suspect in Ruby, the 8 Hardy boy, aka the female driver. The more we're inspecting the whirlings and like talking to Titus and his boys, the more it seems likely that maybe Ruby was the one who killed this mercenary. Either she killed him from the rooftop, or maybe she was in cahoots with someone who shot him from further away in Martinez with like a sniper rifle or something, which seems a bit unlikely, but we will be exploring the rest of Martinez in order to maybe find some clues about this. Yeah, exploring the rest of Martinez is becoming the new, Luke, why haven't you inspected the body yet? Like, I'm getting more and more comments saying like, you should start exploring the rest of town. Guys, everything in due time. There are a few loose threads I want to check up on today, and then after that I want to explore the rest of town. But you know how this game goes, like you follow one thing and then it takes a half hour, an hour, 2 hours. Before I know it, the episode is already over. But that's the way the Rebachelian cookie crumbles, as they say. So we'll see how it goes. But either way, as always, thank you so much for joining me on this investigation. And without any further ado, let's jump right in. I've also updated my notes with stuff from the previous episodes, although I might have missed a couple of things. So it is 8:43 in the morning. We have a full day ahead of us, and I've got this awesome detective outfit. Oh, it's raining. First thing I want to do is let's call back to this. Hello. Can I help you find gentlemen?
That's one brutal motor carriage,
Says the young man with piss. What's on his back? Piss fa. I think I can kind of guess.
If I were a real skull now, I'd jack it, paint it in palm tree livery, then bottom light it, neon style.
His companion wears a simple yet elegant slogan, "Fuck the world."
A snazzy shit-ripped skullmobile like this would make a fine trophy. We could like hang fucking shrunken heads from the side mirrors, cops' heads, scary tribal shit.
He's got fallen pants. Why is only one of your pants sleeves up like you're a fucking JRPG character? I'm gonna guess Kim is less than ecstatic at these dudes messing around with his car.
Yeah, tribal shit. A cop carriage like this would have proper skull value.
While I appreciate the interest you take in my brutal motor carriage, I have to stop you right there. The RCM takes threats directed at its property seriously.
And you especially, Kim.
It's just theoretical work, Copper. No basis in reality. Man, if we were certified skulls right now...
Skulls? What is this, some gang?
Skulls. Now there's a strong organizational title.
Who are you?
I can tell you who we're not, cop. We're not snitches or skulls.
Which is not to say that the skulls are bitches and... On the contrary.
So you're just like wannabe gang members?
The part of this presentation you want to take home with you, cop man, is we're not part of the skulls yet.
Okay then, let's indulge in some intellectual exchange. These young men seem eager to share their beliefs.
So who are the skulls?
You don't know? What kind of cop are you?
It's not a question. Don't get into it.
I'm so glad you asked. Of course I do, I'm just testing you boys. No, I really don't. Aw, man. Do I want to be a smartass with these dudes? I'm so glad you asked.
The question was rhetorical. The Skulls are the most vicious gang of the Besmertne.
The Besmertne?
The nastiest bunch of psychos ever. Jacking carriages and getting into high-speed chases.
Possessing an infinite amount of fuck-all swagger, infamous for their non-verbal modus operandi.
Non-verbal?
If a skull spots you, he will pull out his dagger and stab you without saying a word.
The lieutenant's voice is as calm as usual, a testament to the violence and death he's witnessed through the sight of his firearm.
They usually occupy the burnt-out quarter in Jamrock, or you can find them loitering around the brightly painted bottom-lighted vehicles.
Okay, so they're in Jamrock, which means as a policeman from Jamrock, I definitely should know who they are. So it's gonna be really weird that I'm asking about this, but I'm glad that someone is telling me. Okay, so they're cop killers.
I can't wait to become a skull. Bottom lights are wretched aggressive.
Do you guys know Cindy the Skull?
Oh yeah, Cindy's a right proper skull.
So she's like an actual skull? I thought that was just part of her nickname. The young man's eyes glaze over, his voice filled with longing. You guys are clearly just like wannabe fanboys though. Like the skulls aren't gonna let you in. You want it too much. You're not cool enough. You're trying too hard.
Yeah, a true artist of the future. Just like Arno van Eyck.
I don't know who that is.
By the way, if you see Cindy, give her our regards.
He adds, returning from whatever void he was just visiting. You guys are such kiss ass.
For all their nihilistic posturing, these young men are not lacking in youthful idealism. Odd, there isn't a hint of hate in them. It's like they're piss and fuck the world out of some kind of moral obligation.
Yeah, it's like you're just pretending to be cool. You're like grown-up versions of Kuno, except Kuno's more badass than you.
The lieutenant on your left is unusually lenient toward them.
Who's Van Eyck?
Old man, it doesn't matter. You'll be long gone before his greatness is recognized.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I'm pretty old.
Yep, old as fuck.
Yeah, man. It's like at death's door. No wonder you know nothing about the future. You won't be there.
Okay, I'm really not that old. Come on, guys. I'm like 42, haven't you heard? Why aren't there more skulls in Martinez?
The Union does their share of policing in Martinez, at least where gangs are concerned.
That's good.
That's why there isn't much organized crime around here.
I mean, the Union itself is kind of a mob, but like it does seem like they do more good than bad, really.
Apart from the unions themselves, of course.
Yeah.
Don't you worry about that. We're gonna make up for the deficit.
Really, what are you guys gonna do?
Yeah, we are.
The young men exchange approving nods. I don't think you're gonna do jack shit. Your rhetoric is confusing. Are you part of the Skulls or not?
We're not franchise skulls. Well, not yet. Once we get our name out there, we'll have a chance to join them.
And what makes you think that the organization would accept you?
Because we can be just as psycho and vicious. You'll see.
You'll see for sure once we're in. It's the last thing you'll ever see before the void consumes you.
So you're just like openly threatening me now. You're saying you're gonna kill me when you're part of the Skulls? Why don't you do it now, you fucking pussies?
Throw him off his game.
Are you implying I might be in some sort of danger? Are you sure a Skull would say that?
Well, yeah, I mean, we're only saying practice things for now, so we don't mean no harm to the Skulls brand, or to you.
You're such losers.
This is definitely something the Skulls would say. But we're not trying to encroach on the Skulls brand in any way. On the contrary, we're just here to market it.
Hold on, why does a criminal gang need marketing?
We think of it more like two franchises merging. You know, us two and the Skulls. I really feel like we would add more to the table.
I don't think you would add much.
Spice things up here in Martinez, you know. Get the old machine of pain and suffering oiled up real good.
See, that's what happens in a world where there's not enough video games. Like, people just get bored and don't know how to spend the time.
What would these guys have to offer any organization?
Okay, I get what the Skulls do, but what do you franchise in youth unemployment?
Whatever, man. Work is for pussies. You wouldn't get it anyway.
The young man frowns, aggrieved. So you're just pretending to be as nasty and vicious as the Skulls.
Hey, we could be just as hard. Like pavement on top of pavement. Or a brick on top of another brick.
Or a grave on top of a grave.
Have you ever even, like, hurt anyone? Have you ever even, like, attacked anyone or done anything illegal? Other than just wearing these, like, Gross jackets.
These kids have the vocabulary, but might be missing a brain.
Nice one. Enough about this scullery then.
Mm-hmm.
He throws a longing glance at the kinema. So, what's with the jackets?
What about them?
Turn to the blonde youth. Why does your jacket have that written on it? Yeah, is that your name?
Well, first off, it's a statement and not necessarily something that characterizes me as a person, even though the statement has character. And I do like piss.
What do you mean you like it? Like, you like pissing? Or do you like the taste of it? Or do you like the piss as a concept? Being pissed on? What are you talking about?
The word piss epitomizes the struggle taking place in the world. Things being defined as they seem, not as they are. And, I guess, it's also about communal spirit, the future, and truly appreciating our differences.
The fuck are you talking about, dude? You're such tryhards. What is this fucking pseudo-intellectualism?
Also, you've got to admit, it catches the eye. And since the Grand Piper is slowly but steadily moving towards basing the economy on it, attention, it is imperative that the medium itself convey the message.
You're such an artsy-fartsy kind of guy. What?
What I mean by this is, we are all piss and that the world is inherently meaningless.
Like, I love that the game keeps throwing this word around, but they never actually do it uncensored because maybe there's like some kind of ratings issue or like just because they don't want to be offensive. It's like, but all these characters are saying it to the point where like even his jacket, he can't have the word on it because they had to kind of wash it off so you couldn't like actually read it. It's kind of strange. It's just like this weird half measure. I don't know. Not that I am advocating for this word being used, obviously. It's just, if you're gonna do it, you know. And what about your jacket?
Like I said before, many men keep searching for the one, for so-called true love, which is actually just obsession masquerading as kinship. The thrill of the chase, the hollowness that fills your chest cavity after catching it.
Sure.
To catch a fish, you'll need to hurl the lure many times, and even then it isn't certain that you'll get anything. If you blow up the lake, though,
That is a terrible metaphor.
you get more fish in a shorter time. And, for time is of the essence and fleeting ever so quickly, one must think of a way to fuck the whole world and not get caught up in fucking someone. Because when one fucks everything, he fucks nothing. And that, to me, feels glorious. Sticking your dick into the void.
Hate to admit it, but in a weird way, he's got a point.
Does he, though?
Is it a coincidence that here we have 2 badass jackets and 2 badass cops?
Oh no. Oh no. We can talk to Kim about this. I mean, it's definitely a coincidence, but I can't miss this chance of having some funny banter with Kim.
Yes?
Do you think it's a coincidence? What do you think about their jackets?
Leather jackets adorned with immature writing? The ideology they convey helps the boys justify poor choices in life and fashion. I'm not a fan.
Why are you always so patronizing when cool possibilities cross our path? Sure, the jackets are scaring you, that's cool. Oh my god, that's all I can say. No. That's my only choices. Why are you always so patronizing?
What are you implying?
He looks confused. Which one would you wear? You know what I'm implying. We should get these jackets. Yeah, which one would you wear, Kim? Like, are you more of a fuck the world type or a piss type?
I'm not sure I understand you, detective.
Are you more one or the other?
Neither.
Come on, Kim, it's just a mental exercise.
Fine, if only to end this discussion. Theoretically, if I were a juvenile delinquent, if I were to already be down that path, I think peace is the stronger of the two statements.
That works. I feel more like a fuck the world kind of guy.
Seems about right, especially considering your heroic exit attempts.
Yep. I'm glad we've reached a point where you can just kind of casually make jokes about that.
That's an origin story for a dynamic duo right there.
Oh, we're stealing those jackets.
So are we done here? Or you don't need us around for your secret whisper party, do you?
Oh my god. No way in hell Kim would ever wear this jacket, but could you imagine? Oh my god. +1 demonstrated authority. +2, they're just off-brand skulls. 42%. Do you know anything about the murder that took place here?
Murder?
A man was hanged in the backyard of a whirling in rags.
Yeah, sure. We'll gladly tell you everything we know about it. It was a man.
Also, he was hanged.
Anything else?
He was hanged from a tree.
Yeah, I mean, duh.
These punks don't know anything. Let's just move along.
Hey, stop right there. How does one know anything?
Okay, I'm not going to entertain you with this any longer.
Sure. Understandable. Fuck, and I appreciate your effort, though.
So you actually just call each other by these names? Fuck the world is not much of a name, but we have to try it. 42, I mean, with my luck, I don't know. I have really bad luck and then sometimes really good luck, so I can't tell which way it's gonna go, but I have to try it. I need to ask for the jacket, even though Kim would never wear it.
These guys aren't scary. You're not scary. I have nothing to work with here. It's either begging or bullying, or both. Just ask them, maybe.
Gentlemen, I need your jackets.
Why?
Do I have to answer that? Look at the shit I'm wearing. I need them for official police business. Look at the shit I'm wearing.
Yeah, like he said, total shit. What about it?
There's a spark of sympathy in the youth's eyes.
He didn't say that.
It's not shit, it's disco. I'm wearing horrible clothes to catch horrible people. It's depressing. My clothes make me sad. I need to fun it up. Leather would be such a cool look on me. It's not shit, it's disco.
It's shit.
Fuck it, I don't deserve a cool jacket, I suck. Please.
Fine. Fuck it. Here. Take it then. I can't handle this sad shit.
Wow, that actually worked?
It's true. He simply can't. It's called empathy.
Okay, well, are you gonna give me yours?
Wow, I did not see that coming. You better wear that jacket with pride.
I didn't either.
Fuck that. You're not getting mine. My dad's a lawyer in La Delta. He'll have your badge.
Of course your dad's a lawyer. Like, you try and act like this tough street kid and you're like a fucking son of a lawyer.
No, he won't.
No, he won't.
The lieutenant is lightly amused by the situation.
Wait, Waldfucker, you got a rich dad?
No. He's like a volunteer lawyer. A total bitch. Cites law and does dishes.
Oh, you really are just like an older, lamer version of Kuno. That's so sad.
You know what, cop? Fuck you. That's not what this is about. You're not getting my jacket.
Fuck him. We don't need his rich dad jacket anyway.
Fuck it, we don't need the other one. You said that you're more of a piss kind of guy, so I got the jacket for you.
I'm not wearing that jacket.
Of course he's not gonna wear it. Why not? You could really raise hell, go undercover hard. Don't you want to express your individuality? Come on, man.
I don't think this case requires us to go undercover or raise hell. In fact, I don't think the jacket will be useful at all.
Still, it's good to know that we have it should the need arise.
The need will not arise.
Look at this cute shit. How can we become skulls if you go around fraternizing with cops? Let's get the fuck out of here before anyone sees us.
The dark-haired dude points at you, then turns to his friend.
Fuck. I'm sorry, man. I just don't like confrontations, that's all.
Yeah, you're not gonna be a skull ever. Oh my god.
Date of birth generator. You were born in the year 07, in the last year of the commune of Revachol, right before it fell, in the old military hospital on the ground floor, where people usually came to die during a snowstorm. The revolution had about 1 year left to go, and the fires were still burning bright. There were explosions in the blizzard. This was 44 years ago. You are 44 years old. The bloating might never leave your face, but beneath it, you still have some years. You still have some hope.
Okay, so I'm 44 years old. Huh. I mean, that sounds about right. That's kind of what I figured. Bonuses. Learning cap for logic raised to 4. -1 difficulty to all physique passives. Wow, that's pretty good. All physique passives. So, like, passives are roles that I don't actively do, right? Okay. I mean, they're pretty rare, but... Okay. Cool. I have 4 skill points now. Wait, so I have the coat now? Holy crap. Leather jacket. +1 drama, no fucks given. -1 authority. Wait, I'm a detective? A leather jacket that quite recently belonged to a young man who possessed some intimate knowledge on the human condition. It has his nom de guerre written on the back. It's quite a statement. Oh man, look at this look. Ugh. Look at this fit. I'm gonna stick with the detective outfit, if that's okay, but I'm glad we have this, I guess. Oh man, is there a way for Kim to wear this? I wonder if it's possible. It's completely out of character for him, like he would never do it, but I wonder if maybe somehow, because as soon as you show me the possibility, like I want it to happen, you know? I really wish you had boat. I wonder if you have boat, if you can actually... If Kim would actually... No, Kim would never, right? It goes against everything he stands for. So tempting. Alright, well, that was funny. These little babies. Just go back to your mothers. Alright, so... What was I gonna do? Oh yeah, I wanted to call back about
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
I haven't tapped on the fuel preheater gauge.
As you tap on the gauge, the indicator pin jerks as if startled. It's in the large orange sector, indicating the engine is warm. Next to the gauge is a red switch, labeled heat.
Now, that's enough fun with the foldable headlights. I know they are mesmerizing. They're also fragile. I'm not going to turn it on for you again.
Oh right, it was to check the halogen stuff. Alright, let's call.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
Have you heard back from the ICP about the serial number?
Yes. The armor was produced by Fairweather in their facilities in Betancourt sur la Clé in 42.
Okay. Betancourt, that sounds a lot like a city close to where I was born, actually. That's funny.
It was part of a special order for Corps de Pharmacie, a security firm contracted to protect the interests of Oranese pharmaceutical companies in the Semenine conflict.
Corps de Pharmacie? That's like a drugstore. I guess, yeah, pharmaceutical company. Protect the interests of Oranese companies in the Semenine conflict.
So, it seems the armor went to Semenine. That's where the paper trail ends, though. Even the firm has proven difficult to track. Corps de Pharmacie has been renamed several times over in the years since the armor was issued.
I'm guessing one of its names is Crenel.
Yes, that is the most recent name the ACP has been able to connect to the CBP. And the one before it was Downwell.
Yeah.
I also have one called Sediment, but I think that might be a different contractor.
Yeah, these are all names that I've seen mentioned before, but only in passing. Okay.
No, they were called Sediment. And Somatosensor, it seems. All that during the last 9 years.
Wow, they changed name a lot, huh? Why would they change names so much? I guess because they're always up to no good. They're always like stirring war and conflict, so you want to change name often. Somatosensor, more like tomato sensor. All that.
A suit of armor like this would have been manufactured with a particular person's physique in mind. You should ask for whom this suit was fitted.
A suit of armor like this would have been customized to fit the wearer. There must be a record of the person whom it was issued.
Yes, but the ICP tends to be reluctant to share private sector records. I could try to talk them into it, though.
Yeah, try it, Alice. I know I can count on you.
This is a fun challenge for her. An opportunity to contribute beyond doing her job by rote. She'll gladly put in the extra effort for Team RCM.
Yes, thank you, officer. I really appreciate your efforts in this case.
Glad to help. Call back tomorrow. Hopefully I'll have more for you then.
All right, tomorrow.
57th, over and out.
In the cabin, you see a set of steering levers.
All right, well, that's good, I guess. Doesn't tell us all that much that we didn't already know, but all right. Man, I have 4 skill points. All right, let's look at some wide checks we could try again. We have a legendary rhetoric. Oh, that's for the sandwich. Should we try the sandwich again? Let's go try the sandwich again. Once again.
It is such a pleasure to see you again, officer. How may I head the citizens' militia on this fine day?
It's still only 28%. Even though my rhetoric is at 5. This guy just really does not want to share his, at this point, 3 days old sandwich. I'm gonna try anyways.
A man so principled about his sandwich calls for a principled approach. Time to get political.
I'm gonna have tried all of these at this point. What is political?
This right here is political.
This city is going to shit. Sooner or later, some foreign anarchist is gonna steal your sandwich. That's a fact.
What the hell are you talking about? What foreign anarchist?
There was some legit confusion in Kim's voice. Like, what the hell are you talking about?
No time to bring him in. Just keep your eyes on the prize and ignore him.
Don't have time for you, Kim.
I don't think that's gonna happen. Why would you even?
First they take our jobs, then our women, and when the sandwich is all you have left, the anarchists will come for that too. Cause that's how foreigners are, Gaston. They won't stop till you have nothing left.
He won't care. As long as there's food in his fat belly, he'll lick any boots that's kicking it to him.
Good. Rene's on board too. Time to take back the streets. Right-wing populism. Here we come.
Don't you guys get it? Us local boys gotta stick together, make the people feel safe again. Revachol is calling, she needs us. Not tomorrow, not soon, but right now. Let's take our home back. Okay, I'm not sure I like this line of dialogue I found myself on. We gotta stick together.
Now you are talking sense, son. All 4 of us working as a group. We can make a difference.
You include Kim in this, but I don't think Kim would count himself as part of this.
I'm actually already a member in a group tasked to keep the streets safe. You are too. We call ourselves the police.
Kim, I got this. Wink at him. Oh no. Man, let's review and possibly redistribute our resources. Okay, that's what's happening. On second thought, I don't want to organize a vigilante group after all. Drop it. How many of these balls do you have? Look how many balls are on the ground. Does he just keep throwing these forever? Kim, I got this.
Are you sure? Cause right now, it looks like you are organizing a vigilante group.
Oh, okay, it rolls and then merges with this one here. That's what's happening. Man, let's review and possibly redistribute our resources.
What do you mean, officer?
There's a look of suspicion in his eyes. Is his...
Ignore him. You are addressing the entire group now.
We'll be Unit 1, Ghost Dogs. You and Gaston are Unit 2, the Royal Hounds.
Agreed. What about the whole group? I propose Épée de la Couronne, Swords of the Crown, in honor of my old unit.
The least you could do is pronounce it correctly. Épée de la Couronne.
I'm sure we can come up with something with a bit more oomph than that. Oh my god. Stop this scheming and just demand the sandwich.
No, that's too old school. How about... It's got class and roots, I like it.
It's dignified. We need dignity. And you, get excited.
His tone leaves no room for arguments. Giving orders is a second skin to the old carabiner.
All right. I have a bad feeling about this.
The old man is taken aback by René's commanding tone, but dares not dispute him. Good. Now that this is done, give me the sandwich! Just one small thing. Your sandwich. I want to hold it for a moment. It's okay, Gaston. Just please give me the sandwich now. He's gonna tell me to fuck off again. Just one small thing. I just want to hold your sandwich for a moment.
Oh, you went through all that trouble for my sandwich. I'm flattered, officer, but my answer is no. Now, how else can I help you?
Damn it. Went through all that.
It's clear you like the hard stuff, Bruta.
Excuse me? What is my lower intestine going on about? The what? Sounds like my stomach is growling.
Lower intestine? The term is metabolic and circulatory system.
Okay, but what's the hard stuff? Sandwiches?
Fascism, Bruta.
What is fascism, though? Okay, stomach, I've made up my mind about fascism. Proceed to the judgment. What is fascism?
Many things, but it's mostly about trusting your gut. Who does your gut tell you is the source of Revershol's problems?
Foreigners? Financiers? Leftist academicians? Liberals? I thought you were my circulatory system.
Quit stalling, Bruta. We're talking about the weakest, worst, most insane thing. The weak link.
Financiers?
Yes, them. But also, women.
Women.
Women. Men of war. You don't like them. They're insane. Their idiocy needs to be scrubbed off this world with rubbing alcohol. Woo men need to go back to the fucking kitchen.
Okay, Endurance, so how about you chime down with this
That's what fascism boils down to. The rest is also important. But the main thing is that woo men need to know their place.
Am I having some kind of stomach seizure?
Stomach truth. You're having a stomach truth.
Why am I getting this?
Because you've said the hard things that others won't say. The good things, you've said them many times.
The good things. Fascism sounds so bad, though. What if we called it something else, like traditionalism?
Okay, yes, let's call it that. Good thinking. That sounds much better. Traditionalism. You like the sound of that?
That sounds much better than fascism, yes. Okay, stomach, I've made up my mind about fascism. Proceed to the judgment.
You're going to keep your views, right? Keep your views, Brota.
I will keep my views for the glory of the Revacholian nation.
For the nation, smart. Best not to mention the woo men too often. That's why you're the head and I am the stomach.
No, fascism is about industry and politics and nationhood, not women. I'm absolutely okay with women.
Of course you are, Bruta. Of course.
A wink-shaped growl sounds from your ass. A wink-shaped growl sounds from your ass. That's gotta be one of the most amazing sentences I've ever read in a game. A wink-shaped growl sounds from your ass. Pat your stomach. Why is my stomach fascist? Of all things. Revacholian nationhood. -1 composure, haggard nationalist. They've fucked this place. Revachol is in ruins. The Koikos and the Kips and the Armators with their desert pygmies, magic, spinning tops, they fucked it. Oraniers, liberals, and Vespertine Moneylanders too. They're all socialists, especially the women and the Kipts. You have only a vague idea what this means? Sounds like most conservatives. But it's clear that a good, strong state must be erected upon the ruins if any of us are to have a future. The shadowy outlines of this state start forming every time you close your eyes. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna be internalizing this one. Should I research? I have a lot of these thoughts now, but like, I don't know which ones I should forget. Like, I kind of like the bonuses I have right now, so... I only needed this one to talk to Joyce about something, I guess, so I could forget this one and then try another one. Let's try Guillaume le Million. Whatever happened to Guillaume le Million, which I'm still not sure if he's talking about Guillaume le Lion, like the former king, because this sounds like he's just some singer, so we could research it, figure it out. Alright, well, this one's done. Sealing, we still have a rhetoric with him. Can go try this one and fail it too. I'm just gonna go fail all these white checks before I start putting points in anything. I can already tell there's gonna be no progress this whole episode. Sealing, brother, you gotta give me some money. Please.
Everything's still cool here, officer.
Ooh, this one's at 72%, but I still missed it last time, didn't I? Come on, man.
Start with a little compliment, then work your way up from there. This is about business, remember.
Hey, you seem like a really successful entrepreneur. Would you like to support a member of the local police force?
Oh, okay. But why, officer?
The man stops, his face suddenly serious.
After all this mess, the broken seals, lying to you, come on.
Think of it as an investment.
An investment? What kind of investment?
Kim's gonna be like, you're just asking for a bribe at this point.
Or you could not make this about corruption and go with something even wilder.
It's an investment in me, a highly experimental human being. My risk-reward ratio is insane. To be honest, kind of is so far. Invest into me not telling your employer about your operation here. Ooh. So that's a straight-up bribe right there. That's blackmail. I'm a policeman. It's an investment in good relations with the RCM. A guy told me I need money to live, otherwise it's game over, and I don't want to die. I am a highly experimental human being.
I guess it can't be any riskier than speculating in exotic derivatives. How much are we talking about here?
5 real, 10 real, 1 million real. Okay, well, I'm not expecting to get the 1 million, but I guess 10?
10 real is a bargain for that kind of investment. You got it, my man.
All right, thanks. Thank you for 10 bucks. The box of sunglasses. Where is that box of sunglasses?
The shine on these sunglasses lasts a lifetime, officer. 100% guaranteed.
Try again. Maybe you can find some interesting sunglasses in the box. Nice. Okay, I guess I'll narrate. Ah, I see. A pair of water blue shades. The writing on the left temple says Sub-insulin de rendezvous. The frame appears to be hand-carved out of bone.
Oh, very interesting choice, officer. Very high culture.
For the first time, the street vendor's voice trails off as he watches you inspect the glasses. Try them on?
This is how a sea monster sees the world. You've become a sea monster, Harry. Giant, hidden, and strangely tender at heart. All is blue.
All these mentions of Harry, like, could they have happened before I actually, like, found my name? Because it took a long time before I actually saw this name. And, like, these all feel like roles I could have done before that point, so I guess that would have been one way to learn it. Or I wonder if, like, there's two different versions of these dialogues. All is blue, da-bu-dee-da-bu-da.
Alright, but these actually make your vision worse. It's like literally being underwater.
Okay, so they're gonna give me like -1 perception, +1 conceptualization.
Yes, but they also make your soul quiver like jello. So deep.
Wow, officer. You look so cool.
The street vendor has picked up his pace again as you observe the world through deep-sea tinted lenses.
And they can be yours for a mere 3 real. My regular customers have passed them all up because they've got no taste. But you found them.
Kim, what about these?
The lieutenant tilts his head and steps back, eyes narrowed in a thorough examination. It's a case to him.
You look like a musician. Like a blind musician. But you could do worse. Take them if you want.
I'll take that as a yes from you, Kim. So we have the ugly glasses, which are +1 electrochemistry, -1 logic. I'll take those cool deep blue glasses. And yeah, they give you -1 perception, but to be fair, my perception is super high. +1 inland empire, sub-insulin de rendezvous. Yeah, sure.
A man who knows his style. Much respect.
Alright, leave for now. Yeah, let's try these on. That looks pretty good. I mean, these look nice too, but that looks nice. I'm getting like a pretty nice fit at this point. Like, these all kind of fit together pretty well. Especially if I wear this. Which we won't. Alright, right on. What else? Could go talk to Klaasje again. We do have a conceptualization with Tommy. I promise I will do some actual progress at some point. Alright, so conceptualization. Let's try that conceptualization roll.
Now it's turning into a kind of a snow limbo, man. What's on your mind?
Okay, this time it's at 83% because our conceptualization is quite high. Last time it was like fucking terrible. We hit him with the worst verses ever, but this time let's see if we can do better.
Wait, there's something here, stored away in some dusty corner.
Yeah, I feel
It
it.
starts like,
A mirror's temperature is always 0. It is ice in the veins, its camera is an X-ray.
Whoa. What else?
He leans in, his eyes bright with attention. It is a chalice held out to you in silent communion.
Silent communion. That's good.
He's transfixed by the words, where gaspingly you partake of a shifting identity, never your own.
Dang. That's some great shit. You came up with that yourself.
He grunts, unable to suppress his reaction.
did you?
I don't really know. I think that may be an actual poet, and I've learned it by heart. I'm just a vessel for the muse, my man. I think the words are mine, yes. I don't really know.
No matter. Great verses like that sometimes. Ephemeral. You might not look it. Seems you have some literary chops. Maybe there's hope for me yet.
That's a strange compliment.
Just messing with you. It's cool. You're an okay guy. For a cop.
For a cop?
They're more often into fists than rhymes, see? Let alone honesty in verse.
I guess that's true, but haven't you heard? I'm a cool cop.
In a small office behind the old military hospital, hunched under the green glow of his desk light, Officer Hans Blau browses through a test print of his Futurist magazine. It's called The Futurist. The typeface on the header is too small.
Behind the old military hospital. That's where I was born. I know this now. Any organization gets all kind of folk. I'm sure we try our best. I'm doing what little I can to do right by people. No joke, man. Fuck the police. Yeah.
The lieutenant closes his eyes and lets slip a loud, long sigh.
If you say so, officer.
He gives you a cautious thumbs up.
You found some common ground with this man. Even impressed him. The next time you look in the mirror, though, remember those words.
I wasn't talking about you, Kim. You know, there's many bad people in the police. I'm sure we both know this. Alright, that was pretty nice. What else we got? I'm on a roll. I'm on a roll with these roll, except the damn sandwich. René Arnoux. Oh, I haven't even talked to René again since I found that photo of his. Let's do that. Hey, man.
The purity of snow always reminds me of the purity of a man's soul.
Wait. Composure? I probably have some composure somewhere. Okay, I don't have any composure.
The purity of snow always reminds me of the purity of a man's soul. If he's got principles.
And my composure is at 5. Maybe I should try asking him after telling him about this. René, I found your guard boot.
Yes, the Debardeurs Union pays me to stand vigil during the nights. Not out of any political allegiance, mind you.
Of course not.
I'm an old man. Don't sleep more than a few hours every night anyway, and money is tight.
He adds with a slight sigh.
He feels like he has to justify himself for some reason.
You must have seen something on the night of the murder. Your boot looks right into the yard.
Yes, it does. Unfortunately, I wasn't working that night. Been on a 2-week leave since last Monday.
Why are you on leave?
It's a private matter. Nothing to do with your investigation.
Aw, come on, you can tell me. We're good buddies, right?
You see, officer, René is the kind of man would rather die than admit he needs medical assistance or,
Wow.
God forbid, sick it. A real man's man is just gonna ride it out.
You're just gonna spill his beans? That's not cool, man. You're not a very good friend.
I'm fine, goddammit. Mind your own business. It's nothing. Just got to cut back on coffee.
The outburst makes him clutch his chest. So who was working your shift that night?
No one. The boss has been unmanned since last Monday.
Convenient.
There's no other guard. It's just me.
He looks suddenly very old and tired.
No one has been guarding the container yard since last Monday.
Yes. It's not actually an issue. I mean...
Look, officers. The container yard doesn't actually need a guardsman. Never had one before René. Monsieur Claire had that booth built specially for him. It's mostly decorative.
So it doesn't matter if you're there or not.
The possibility of someone being in there is enough to discourage any ill-minded individuals.
I guess there's some argument for that.
Evrart created this job for René because he knows the Royal Carabiniers' pension of honor and PTSD isn't something a man can live off. A decorated Kingsman collecting tear reflects bad on the whole neighborhood. His words.
Okay, this is yet another like political choice here. It's like, are you a fascist or are you a communist? Evrart gets it. Big guys looking after the small and everyone working together. I love it. Such dependency only weakens a man further. Do or die, there is no middle ground. René is but one man. We need a program. Get all the elderly back in the job market. Keep folks motivated. René should rent out his services, invest the profit, get few more guys, expand and repeat. Wage work is a dead end. There's absolutely nothing wrong with tear collecting. It's my side thing too. Proudly hold out the tear bag. Evrart gets it. I don't know. Is Evrart doing it out of the kindness of his heart or does he have some ulterior motive? Big guys looking after the small and everyone working together, I guess.
Can we conclude the topic of my guard booth now?
There's a grimace of pain on the old soldier's face. Looks like he wants to argue but can't find words. Ah, that's sad. I saw a picture in there. You were in it. You look happy. Who's the girl?
She is nobody. This is none of your concern, and I refuse to discuss my private affairs with the RCM.
It's really none of my business, and I just went through his stuff like without his consent, so it's not cool, but his features stiffen and he gets a cold look.
The lady is Jeanne-Marie Beaulieu, and she sure as hell wasn't a nobody.
You need to stop just like spilling all his secrets without his consent, man. That's not cool. Got it, thanks.
Yes. Like I said, I would be up anyway, so might as well keep an eye out. It keeps my senses sharp.
Oh, this one went up a little bit because I know René's job situation and we formed a patriotic vigilante group. You never know what line of dialogue is going to influence another one. It's always like weird stuff you wouldn't expect. That's still pretty low, but let's try it.
As René turns from you to his partner and back, the medals on his chest rattle and glare. He keeps his spine straight and his ribcage lifted, displaying them proudly.
How many medals are there?
2. The larger one is shaped like a cross, while the smaller medal resembles the sun.
Look at the cross.
A crowned head in front of 2 crossed rifles. The medal hangs from a blue striped triangle.
What about the sun?
A small blue star inside an orange sun. It has the word Valiance written below.
The medals, did you get them for...
For bravery.
It's a conflicted topic for the old veteran. There must have been a number of controversial episodes in his service days.
Ooh. That's what I was going to say, bravery. Not for killing babies, or not for raping women, or for bravery.
For doing my duty in the heat of battle. For looking my mortality in the eye. When men like Gaston here hid in the bushes and shat themselves.
He saved some muddy princeling who foolishly strolled into the front line in his gown of velvet and gold.
Some moody princeling. You saved the princeling?
It was on the first months of the revolution here in Revachol. Unrest was spreading like wildfire. Marauders had taken most of the Couronne and were getting really ambitious. King Frisel thought he could end it all in one decisive strike. Sent his cousin, Drisson, to put an end to the unrest.
The old carabinier runs his fingers over the larger medal.
Alas, the young Drisson was all piss and no vinegar, wearing a tunic of purple velvet and cockatiel feathers to battle. Even his rifle was gold-plated, shone from 5 clicks away. Can you imagine the asininity?
I can imagine, yes.
Purple velvet tunic. That isn't exactly camo.
To keep the long and bloody story short, Drisson marched us against the partisans in Couronne. And when I say marched, I mean made us walk into captured enemy territory, single file, like toy soldiers, while he rode in front on his giant red stallion.
Oh, I'm sure that went well.
The rebels were smart. They let us come real close before opening fire. Suffice to say, it was carnage.
Must have been a bloodbath.
I got shot in the left shoulder and went down. Just a flesh wound. But just as I turned over, the prince fell into the mud next to me. He was missing his lower jaw.
And he survived?
Then his horse, driven mad by the noise and smell of gunpowder, stepped on my leg and shattered my knee.
He pats his right thigh.
Hang on to the story. Veterans get sentimental after such retellings. This might yield something useful.
Okay, then what did you do?
I grabbed my sidearm and shot the beast in the head. Then everything went black.
Capitaine Arnoux, le fléau des chevaux.
The bane of horses.
Yes, thank you.
When I came to, it was all over. It was just me and Joe Lestresson, gurgling in the blood-soaked mud right next to me. The dink had taken numerous flesh wounds and lost a lot of blood. But despite missing his jaw, he seemed hesitant to die. Tougher than he looked, that one.
How's that even possible? I'd give up. I can't imagine living without my jaw. That's no ding, that's a fighter. This would never happen to Johnny Lawjaw. My jaw is tight. I've been through worse. Yeah, I can't imagine living without my jaw.
He didn't. I hoisted the prick on my back and started crawling. Kept going until the 59th Cavalry picked us up.
A shadow of respect crosses his face.
Through some miracle, we both survived. And the jealous freak convinced Frissel to give me a medal for not leaving him to die in his own blood. Piece and shit.
That is pretty impressive.
He was the commanding officer and I was on duty. Just doing my job. Shouldn't hand out medals for that. 13 months later, I received the Sun for distinguished service. It's not worth mentioning.
You sense he's downplaying it. He did a lot more than his duty. More than anyone's duty. It's in his spine, in his billowing breasts, and untarnished self-worth.
Sounds like you're being modest, René.
The old carabinier stands quietly like a statue, his features motionless.
What Monseigneur Modesty is not telling you is that he crawled over 7 kilometers before the cavalrymen found him and Drizant. 2 days later that was.
Damn.
And that even whilst crawling with a mangled half-dead prince on his back, he still managed to murder 3 rebels on his way.
Pretty impressive.
Is that pride in his voice? It's deep down, but maybe even unbeknownst to the man himself. It's there.
Hold on, you're just a little bit proud of René's heroics, aren't you?
Sorry, officer, but you're reading me all wrong. I'm a man of peace, and these kinds of bloody heroics are only impressive to men like René himself. Certainly not to me.
Okay, but you have to admit, that's pretty, impressive. If you were in this situation, would you have been able to do that?
How did you find the story to be, officer?
Quite impressive. It's men like René who made Revachol great once. I'm not impressed. All those heroics, and where is he now? No, you gotta play to win. Look after you first. This doesn't seem like a good moment to express an opinion. I don't want to risk it. It's pretty impressive.
Maybe, but also bear in mind, officer. They don't end this out for anyone with a service record. Oh no, you have to get shot. Repeatedly. And you need to get your hands bloody too. Really, really bloody.
Do not speak of what you know nothing about, Poltroon. Duty is something you will never understand.
Thanks for the story, René.
Bah! There were many such stories in those days. Many such men, too. True Revacholians. Men with backbone.
His gaze wanders over the bay.
Oh, yes, René, yes. Men were bigger, girls were prettier, and everyone wore the fascia. Lord, please, bring those days back, if you can.
I'm not getting into this with you again. Officer, was there anything else?
He mumbles through clenched teeth and turns to you.
You should try to come up with a heroic story of your own. Impress this old soldier.
Ooh. Ooh. That's really low, 17%. That's a red check. That's a drama. We'll come back for this one later. It does get added, right? Even the red ones? Oh, the red checks don't get added to your list. So you just have to remember them. Well, do I have any drama? I have this for drama. Yes?
You finally made it, haven't you? People point fingers at you and whisper to each other when you pass by, wondering to themselves, where did that man get such a cool jacket? Did he receive it upon graduating the École Normale Supérieure de Badasserie? Is he dangerous?
The École Normale Supérieure de Badasserie, you mean? Damn right I'm dangerous. Yeah, a danger to myself. What am I doing? This is insane. Yeah, no, damn right I'm dangerous.
You are very dangerous, my friend. Dangerous and cool. In fact, no one dares to say a single thing about the jacket. But believe me, they are all very impressed.
Not sure about that. Alright.
The purity of snow always reminds me of the purity of a man's soul, if he's got principles.
That's a red check, 42%. I would want to be at least over 50, like at least have it be a coin toss, you mean? You know? So, let's drop this for now. Oh, I did want to ask Manana about the rest of the armor. So, we have the key for that apartment door for Evrart. Let's go see about that. Oh, I wonder if we can talk to Cindy about these two idiots we met.
Hello again, officers. Have you come to admire my mural?
Yeah, piss and fuck the world send their best.
I don't believe it. I've never known those boys to have manners.
The bemusement in her voice doesn't fully mask genuine tenderness.
They seem to hold you in high esteem. I think they're afraid of you. Maybe it's just Skull solidarity. I made up the sending their best part, but I did talk to them. No, they did send their best. They seem to hold you in high esteem.
They'll never be skulls, but their hearts are in the right place.
Skulls are cool. Can I be a skull? Skulls are silly. What are you even trying to achieve? Got it? Enough of that then? Yeah, what are you even trying to achieve?
She throws you a conspiratorial glance, then presses her finger to her lips and squints up at the sky, as though straining to hear something in the distance.
Have you noticed the quiet? Every so often, you might hear a gunshot pierce the air somewhere in Jamrock. But in Martinez, no gunshots, no sirens. The people are languishing in boredom and complacency.
I don't think it's being bored not to hear gunshots. Like, I never hear gunshots either, and I'm pretty happy about that.
This place is a sepulchre. We'll paint it red. We bring the raucous. You bring the sirens.
Catch you later, Cindy. Alright, can we finally figure out this damn wall?
Just an ordinary wall. Nothing to see here.
Conceptualization 6.
Just an ordinary wall.
28%.
Yeah. Why?
Why must we stop to look at this wall every time we pass by? We have business to attend to.
They have him say that because they know it's like so impossible to get this role, but I'm gonna get it eventually. Mark my words. Someday I'll get it. If I could spin kick Measurehead, I can figure out this wall. So are we gonna have an option to not open the door? Because I don't want to do what Evrart wants me to do.
This must be it. The basement door is weather-worn. The copper nails holding the upholstery in place have turned green from sea air, and there's a knocker shaped like a lion's head.
Like a lion's head? Damn, that's pretty extra. Carefully knock?
You knock silently. The upholstery muffles the sound. No response comes from the apartment.
So the person who lives here is what, like a whistleblower for the union? He's like trying to intimidate someone by showing him that like the cops are working for him or something?
I guess no one is in.
The lieutenant looks uncomfortable.
You feel eyes on you, watching you from the window overlooking the yard.
Well, finally I can ask him about this. I found it strange that he didn't talk to us straight after Evrart asked us. Press your ear against the door?
The leather upholstery is worn and rough against your jaw. You don't hear any movement. In fact, it's oddly silent in the yard around you. No birds chirp.
Lieutenant, what is your opinion of this task we're undertaking?
Let's be honest. This isn't what I joined the RCM for, but every day tells you something new about yourself.
Like maybe you want to wear this jacket I found for you?
Apparently, working with the local union boss to get info on an investigation is not something I'm squeamish about.
So you don't mind if I unlock the door?
If the Merc Tribunal happens before we solve this, we are looking at casualties. What's one unlocked door compared to that?
I guess if you say it like that...
On the other hand, we could just leave and tell Evrart we opened the door. No one seems to be tailing us to see if we actually did it.
Lie to Evrart, that's also an option?
Yes. Presenting a fabrication is known to get results here and there. You took this task. You make the call.
The door is right here. You can just open it and be done with this. Besides, if you never open it, you're never gonna find out what's behind the door.
I really don't want to do anything for Evrart though, because I really don't like that guy. So, nah. So we can just lie to him. Like, is he gonna know? Because he seems to know everything, right? He's got people like all over this town. But... could just lie to him. Or you can lie to Evrart that you opened the weasel's door. He wants to intimidate the occupant. Yeah, we're not doing your dirty work for you. Ask one of your goons. Oh, I have a white volition check with Joyce? I don't remember which one that is. She's gone! I thought she was gonna stay here forever. Went to the village on the coast, officer. See you there. Oh, okay. Joyce, says the note on the post. She left a note just for me. Okay, well, I guess we'll see her again when we explore the rest of town. I was gonna do that anyway, so I think I'm gonna go back to talk to Evrart, lie to him. And then, I mean, I am curious about what's in that apartment though. But like, my dislike of Evrart is stronger than my curiosity. So we're gonna go talk to Evrart, then we'll start exploring the rest of town finally. Oh, also I need to ask Manana, but there's always something else. I need to ask Manana about the armor.
Hola, Wandering Man. How can I help you?
Kuno told me you were supposed to know about the armor.
The little boy had a good on his promise.
His promise?
To get me into trouble. To sick the pigs on me. Pardon the
Oh.
choice of words. Not mine.
Well, you did choose them just now, though.
What happened?
I was asked to look into that armor situation. Official union probe, you know. Track it down, see who took it.
Okay, so you didn't take it. You were looking into who took it.
Did you?
At first I thought, why not? Maybe the pieces can feed the strike. Buy us a few more days under the sun, you know? So I went to this boy. He said he'll make me his prison bitch. He's got eyes everywhere, and the cups in his pocket, and he's the king of Jamrock.
You're talking about... Wait, are you talking about Kuno?
Serves me right for doing menial footwork. I dropped that probe right then and there, and it still got me into trouble. One bad move is all it takes.
So Kuno used us to, what, scare you?
It's a minor nuisance. It's all good.
He contemplates taking a swig from his flask. He doesn't take it, he's just contemplating it. So the probe into the armor, what did you learn?
I learned that people don't want to talk to a drunk union man about some armor.
What else?
Not much. Technical stuff mostly. That was the interesting part.
What sort of technical stuff?
I did some research into this armadura. Let's say I have friends at the library. I didn't get into the material science, just how it comes off.
He explains with a wry smile.
How does it come off?
In parts. 4 in total. The helmet was the first to go. The kid says he tore it off and kicked it into the sea.
Yeah.
I believe him. The boots were still on the guy last I saw. too hard to remove.
How hard can it be to remove it?
So, as I count, there are 2 parts missing. The gauntlets and the cuirass. This is where I left off. Too much hassle. More like a job for some militia.
4 pieces of armor up for grabs then, but I already sent the boots away.
I guess you won't be collecting them all then. That's less work for you at least.
Alright, we did have the option of stealing the boots and I didn't want to do it. So could you actually collect the full set and then like maybe wear it? Oh. Hold up, 4 pieces? Helmet, cuirass, gauntlets, boots. What about the leggings?
Oh, they're just gone. They don't exist anymore, if they ever did at all. Forget about them. I did.
I'm going to find 1 piece of it. 1 is enough. Actually, I may have better things to do too. I want to find some parts of it.
Nice and balanced. Some junior officers can take care of the rest.
Sure.
Smart choice. It's only that one spot you need armor too. The one the bullet hits.
I guess that's true.
Good luck if you go for those boots though. You'd have an easier time wresting the spurs off a boyadero than getting them off him.
Okay. Getting the hangman's boot? I mean, it's too late for that, right? Because we sent the body away. Unless maybe we can call the radio and like ask them to send them back to us. Thank you for the cooperation, sir.
No problem. If you see that kid, thank him from Call Me Mañana. Thank him for showing me the way.
He finally takes a swig from the flask. Thank him from Call Me Mañana. What do you mean, Call Me Mañana? Is Mañana not your name?
He is sincerely grateful. He is not tracking down pieces of armor right now.
Alright, good talking to you. Wait, so... Getting the hangman's boot, that's just failed, isn't it? The body has to be down, autopsy has to be finished, and Kim has to be absent. He wouldn't approve. This will be devilishly tricky, so don't beat yourself up if you manage to send the body to do processing without getting hold of the boots. Get boots off the victim's feet. Why do I have this available? Isn't it failed already? I guess that's a minor bug. Kuno lied to you. Return and confront him. I mean, he didn't really lie. He said that Mañana was looking into it, and he was, so that was the truth. I didn't think we'd ever get the option of collecting the armor parts, because I figured, you know, they've been stolen by the locals. We're never gonna find them. But now I'm thinking you probably have, like, maybe an achievement where you find every piece of the armor, because if he said that, that probably means that, like, you can find them somewhere in the game. Like, one of them is probably along the coast, like maybe it washed offshore, like the helmet or something. And then you can get the boost off the body, but like, it felt like I was trying to steal them. So I didn't want to try it, but I guess maybe I should have, but sounds like it was really difficult anyway, so I probably wouldn't have succeeded. Alright, let's talk to this damn dude again.
Mr. Dubois, every worker... To hell with it. Every worker is white. Now, what can I do for you today?
I opened the door to your weasel's den.
Are you shitting me, Harry? Did you not really open the door and are now just telling me you did? You're a wild one, Harry.
Ugh. Failed to hide your panic. +1 took the key from Mañana. You're right, I was just testing you. Actually, I need to get back to you on this door thing.
Oh, Harry. You don't need to get back to me. You need to open the door. Very simple, really.
Wait. Let me get a bit more drama. With this, and then total drama is now at 5, so let's try again.
Mr. Dubois, every worker... Are you shitting me, Harry? Did you not really open the door and are now just telling me you did? You're a wild one, Harry.
58%, that's pretty good.
Good. Now take it a bit further. Take it home.
Oh no, I shouldn't say all that. That's gonna make things worse for me if I just like add more to it. Not only did I open it, I went inside too. It was a real weasel's den, Evrart.
I bet it was, Harry. But seriously, what did you see in his apartment?
A guy who has antagonized the Union in a Union-run town. Maybe it's political.
I saw a lot of anti-socialist, anti-union stuff. Pamphlets saying get the unions in check. Fascist insignia everywhere, memorabilia calling for the return of the Golden Age. Misogynist posters, racist literature, and a signed petition to euthanize the invalids. Yeah, just anti-union stuff.
That's exactly what I thought, Harry. What a weasel. And for the record, I was only curious, not testing you.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure you were definitely testing me.
He was testing you. You succeeded.
Ooh.
Thank you, Harry. You have shown me that the Barders Union and the Citizens Militia can indeed work together. Now, let's cut down to brass tacks.
I mean, does it really matter that I didn't open the door at this point? Because he's still gonna feel like the RCM is working for him. So, like, for all intents and purposes, like, it's gonna look like we worked for him. It's just that we didn't actually open the door. And, like, they could have opened the door at any moment. They have the key. They just wanted to get us into it. So, like... But whoever lives in this apartment, I didn't want to actually, like, intimidate them. Was he even there? I could have just, like, given him his key back and be like, look, the Union is trying to intimidate you, just keep the key. But I don't know the guy who lives there. I don't know what this whole thing is about, so... I don't know, man.
It's time for men like me and you to figure out who's killed who and why. Real police work is gonna start happening now. I promise you, Harry, this is gonna be good.
Alright, are you actually gonna tell me anything? I feel like he's not going to cooperate even now. I've heard about a connection between the lynching and the strike. I'd like to hear what you know about it.
By now, I'm sure you've figured out who the dead man was working for. The bad guys. Wild Pines. Sent to scare us. Another violent measure of the top hats against us flatcaps.
Joyce said that they were sent to protect her, I think. Because, like, they were worried about her safety, and so they sent some mercenaries to, like, protect her. But, like, it doesn't really sound like that. It probably was an intimidation tactic from Wild Pines, because Joyce said she didn't feel in danger and, like, she didn't need them. Plus, they don't even answer to them, so... It sounds like they don't even answer to the company itself. So I really don't know why Wild Pines sent these guys, other than to intimidate the Union, I guess, so... Maybe they even predicted it would end up like this whole conflict happened, but... I'm listening.
Harry, this strike is the culmination of many, many mistakes made by the Wild Pines group. They tried to shut the strike down by sending in armed mercenaries.
You mean our victim?
A security contractor? Can you imagine that? Workers standing in peaceful protest, united in the spirit of fellowship, and they send hired killers to mow us down with machine gun fire?
That is pretty extreme.
He performs a motion as if spraying bullets from a machine gun.
I'm talking beasts. Hardened killers from proxy wars in Yisut, Semenine, Saramaritsa, you name it, they've done it. Raping, killing, burning villages, killing little children for the Senorita Pineapple Company, Harry.
Did they really do all that, though? Because we talked to Klaasje, and, like, we confront her about, like, this tape where he's saying, like, oh, I'm gonna do it Kohoi style and blah, blah, blah. And she said, like, he would say all these things, but, like, but didn't she also say, like, he wasn't actually in those places and, like, it was just kind of part of his persona? I mean, I'm sure he did do some messed up stuff, but, like, I do think the company's at fault for sending these guys here.
Everything they did there, they brought over here. They want to turn Revachol into a third world slum. Honestly, the only thing they didn't do is kill the village elephant.
I think he's just using a metaphor here, but sure. You have a village elephant?
No, Harry, the elephant is metaphorical and so is the village, but the mercs and their brutality are very real.
Go on.
Now, I haven't personally witnessed the brutalities out there. I have the luxury of staying in my container, you see. If I need to go somewhere, they just move my container.
They move the container?
Yes. I'm an old man, Harry. My legs aren't what they used to be. They lift my office with that big crane. It's actually very fun. You should try it.
Sounds kind of dangerous.
But enough about me and my fun container. The killers the company hired, I think there were 3 of them, all hardened commando types. One of them got downright suicidal. Getting drunk, violent, a little rapey. Even their own negotiator couldn't control him. That's your boy, the one who likes hanging out and trees.
A little rapey, but you say that just because of the tape that Titus produced. But Klaasje said he didn't do any of these things, so... Like, was he violent? Getting drunk, sure. But all he did was get drunk and take drugs and, like, have sex with Klaasje for days, apparently. At least that's what she said, so... It's not what the killing was about, though, because it's not the Hardy Boys that killed him. It was someone else, possibly Ruby, so none of this is actually what's happening.
By negotiator, you mean Joyce?
Harry, what you need to realize is, we dock workers are not pushovers.
Okay, you need to stop ignoring Kim.
We got grit, Harry. This whole neighborhood does. Push us hard enough and we push back. And when we do, we push to kill.
The whole neighborhood is in on it?
Potentially, Harry, potentially. We got arm wrestling champions, rowing club people, ex-coal miners, tough guys, all ready to spring into action for their home base.
And who exactly did the pushing?
There's a militant wing inside the Union. A group of people whose duties don't involve manual labor, but peacekeeping in the neighborhood, making sure everything runs smoothly.
Okay, he's gonna tell me about the Hardy Boys. This all feels like information that's like from way earlier in the investigation. Like, we're way past this point, and I guess that's on me for taking so long before talking to Evrart. Like, he tells you information that's kind of like early in the investigation when you're still kind of trying to figure out who did it. And at this point, we're way past the Hardy Boys. We're past Klaasje. Like, we're looking for Ruby now.
They're like you guys. Idealistic people who want to make sure bad things don't happen. And if they already have, well, punishment must follow.
So you're also ready to throw them under the bus?
So these idealists killed our victim?
One day Titus Hardy, leader of this peacekeeping faction, comes up to me and says, "Boss, socialist democratic fervor drove us to take it upon ourselves to kill this beast that was burdening the land." He probably worded it differently, but that was the idea. Sure sounded to me like they killed him. I gave them 2 weeks paid leave and told them to lay low to avoid retaliation.
Aren't you worried we might arrest them for this?
Oh, I'm not at all worried about that. These are not the kind of men who get arrested. They're Martinez boys, tough and gritty. I'd like to see the man who takes them in. Besides, I sent my lawyer girl to look after them.
Uncertainty belies his boasting. In the end, though, he believes it. Or at least, he wants to believe.
Okay. Yeah, I can see now that this is all kind of old information, but I'm curious to see if the dialogue in the game is going to be adjusted, or the fact that we already have all this information. There was a bullet in the hangman's head.
So they shot him?
He sounds pleasantly surprised.
He was shot in the head before he was hanged.
How odd. I don't know what to say, Lieutenant. They told me they hanged him. A hanged man is what I saw when I took a look into that yard.
It's impossible to say if he's telling the truth, sire.
What I do know is, the case is in safe hands. If anyone can get to the bottom of this shot and hanged man, it's my 2 little policemen. Godspeed, policeman.
God, you're so patronizing. How do you know the mercenaries were hired by the shipping company?
How do I know? Let me tell you about these people. That's their MO. It's what they do.
He slams his fist on the desk. He doesn't seem the fist-slamming type.
Last winter, some poor workers in Terminal E went on a little strike. The company sent in Sediment, a security contractor. The strike was over the workers' right to wear protective footwear, Harry. These guys turn up and start beating people. Tell you what, Harry, I wouldn't be surprised if we got the same mercenary company after a little rebranding. And I'm sure as hell not surprised to see an army of scabs under my gates.
So you believe the scabs were organized by the security contractor?
You said it. Hell, one of those guys looks big enough to take down that proverbial elephant. Boys like that don't just happen to show up during strikes.
The name of the company is Krenel this time, but it might have been Sediment before.
Of course. You're always one step ahead of me, Harry. I'm no genius. I'm in this position because people like me.
No, you're in this position because you got the previous 4 women killed. Or something like that. The remaining mercenaries are organizing a tribunal to take on the Hardys.
Tribunal? That sounds serious, Harry. We Union men should be shitting ourselves. I wish you hadn't told me that. I'm gonna lose sleep over this. Let's change the subject.
He says that, but he's smiling, so he's really not worried, is he?
He's clearly happy about the tribunal.
You don't seem too worried about it.
Oh, Harry, what do I really think about the tribunal? You're trying to climb to second base with old Evrart before you've even courted him properly.
He wants you to do more things for him before.
No, that's not gonna happen. You mentioned the lawyer girl, Lizzie, right?
Oh, Liz is a bright one. I paid for that law degree myself, thinking it'll probably turn her all fancy. But hell, Harry, she came back a firebrand socialist. Sometimes she scares me with her zeal.
Tell me about Titus and his crew.
Oh, they are simply fine young men, all 7 of them. Exemplary union members, always working to advance their position in the local socialist democratic movement. Core members. Old Theo used to run them, but things really kicked into gear when Titus took the reins and named the group after himself. Gotta love his initiative.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Theo used to be the leader. That's what I thought.
Interesting. Who's second in command?
They're almost all of them great guys, born leaders. Whatever happened, I'm sure they only had the best interests of Martinez and Revachol in mind. Work with them. Hell, interview them. But don't fight them. They really are just like you. Men who like beer, women, and some order on the streets.
I met these Hardys. Can you ask them to cooperate with me? No, they've cooperated with me plenty. Good talk. Good talk.
Was it a good talk? I'm not sure we made much headway here. I was hoping we'd bust the case wide open. Heck, I even wanted to tell you what I really want to achieve with the strike.
Oh? But you're not gonna tell me until I do something more for you.
I don't know what happened, Harry. I wanted you to feel like Mr. Martinez. And of course, I also wanted you to find your gun. But it's like I can't completely trust you. Yet.
You're so transparent, man. I can almost see your chair through you. That's how transparent you are.
Yes, Harry. It's like I can't fully trust you if you're not a man of the left. I want to, but I just can't.
A man of the left. So you have to be a social democrat. He's been hurt too much in the past by men who aren't social democrats.
I am not a man of the left. I am a patriot of Revachol. I mean, you could be both. Being a patriot for your country doesn't mean you can't be a social democrat. You're right not to trust me. I take care of me. I'm a hustler. I grind. I'm a money engineer. What's that supposed to mean? I'm more left than you are. This is another corrupt scheme, isn't it? I'm neither left nor right. I do what my heart tells me to do. Yeah, no, I'm a man of the left, sure.
You're saying it, but I don't believe you. You know how it is. Company snitches, agent provocateurs everywhere. I'm barricaded in this fortress of mine, and I need to get a message out. Will you help me?
And what would this entail?
Once again, I require nothing unethical or illegal of you. You just need to get 2 little signatures on this piece of paper, and then mail it to my accountant in La Delta.
Kim, what do you think of this?
It depends. I don't think what we just got from Mr. Clare was very useful.
But he thinks it's your call.
As I said, it weighs on me heavily. But once we get really talking, well, I'm gonna hand you the keys to Martinez, and maybe even help you figure out who's behind this killing.
I don't need your help, though. I'm sure we can figure it out without you. I mean, I would like to know where my gun is, just to get it off the streets.
He's saying as little as possible, as vaguely as he can, deliberately omitting things.
Of course. He's such a shady dude. What are the signatures for?
I'm glad you asked, Harry. The Union is going to build a modern youth center in Martinez. It will be righteous. We're gonna get those teenagers off drugs and on roller skates. There's a nameless little street on the coast with some old houses around it. Most people have already signed. I just need 2 more signatures to get this mission off the ground, Harry.
Where is this place exactly?
On the coast, Harry, across the canal. There's a cul-de-sac there, a little village they're calling it. A gloomy place. You'll find it. I trust your detective skills, Harry.
And what will happen to the current occupants?
They are just gonna have to deal with the construction noise for 6 months, and then they'll be living like kings. Right next to a fancy new youth center, designed by the best architects from Stella Marie.
I mean, when you just say that, that sounds like a very nice initiative, but because it's coming from you, I'm thinking like there's something more sinister to it.
Is he absolutely sure the tenants won't be thrown out in the street?
Are you 100% sure no one's going to end up homeless?
Am I? Harry, these people, Martinez is the most important thing in my life. I would never let anything bad happen to them. We're gonna build a youth center there. The value of their properties goes up and kids have a place to play in. I'm looking out for these people, not pulling the rug from under them, Harry. I'm looking out for all of Martinez, not just the harbour.
He means it.
You say he means it, huh? Okay. Fine, if I happen to be there, I can ask them.
You bring joy to my heart, Harry. Such a pleasure to be working with you. Here.
He hands you an open white envelope.
You need to get signatures from Isabel Sadie and Lillian Carter. The cul-de-sac is right past the pawn shop and across the canal. I heard there was some trouble with the water lock, but it should be fixed now.
Yep, thanks to me.
Once you have the signatures, mail this to 13022 La Rocca in La Delta. Then I'll know you're a solid socialist.
He runs his fingers through his thin hair. I love how you can just say you did it, like, right then and there. Like, he gives you the envelope and you're like, I mailed them. I've already done it. Okay. Well, I'll think about it. A white envelope with a stamp attached to the upper right corner handed to you by Evrart Clare. Inside are some legal documents with 2 names printed on them, Isabel Sadie and Lillian Carter. Both signatures are required. What does it say on the documents exactly?
You take the legal documents out of the envelope. A 12 to 40 month construction period and the zoning plan in the addendum.
Look at the zoning plan.
The youth center cuts into the ocean like the bow of some great modern ship. Apparently, it's going to cover most, if not all, of the street and the square between the existing houses. It's 3 stories tall.
Kim, what do you think of this?
I'm no property lawyer, but it looks fine. I like the print size. They're not selling or leasing anything. It's not a perfect solution, but...
How else are you going to build something? It's always inconvenient to build things, and citizens inevitably have disagreements over such construction projects. But there's no other way.
And it really is for a youth center? It's not like for something else? I mean, if so, that sounds like a pretty good deal. Try to find a loophole in the deal. My logic's too low for this. Do I have any logic clothing? This is my logic outfit. This hat and this jacket. Alright, let's try again.
You take the legal documents out of the envelope.
58%. Let's see if he's hidden some sinister scheme in the fine prints.
There is no loophole. The simple truth is, the current residents are going to lose their street access, and for the next 12 to 40 months, their lives will be dominated by constant construction noise right next door.
So they will have to be evicted for this. Wait, what are the ramifications of this?
Once the construction starts, it'll probably take a few months, a year maybe, for even the most stubborn occupants to get tired of living like this. After that, they'll sell their property for cheap and move out.
So he's trying to get the people there to move out? Look, Kim, point to the photocopy. These people are going to have to move away. Can we do something about it?
I should have seen it.
The lieutenant frowns as he reads over the document again.
Evrart probably has eyes on us, but we could try to get other people to sign this instead of those listed. Or you could forge their signatures yourself. By the time he finds out, we'll already be gone.
Interfacing. Ooh. -10. Everart's people could be watching you here. +1 indirect modes of taxation. Let's commence the forgery. No, but we could try and look for other people, I guess. Alright, let's put the documents back in. Interesting. Okay. So they just move his container when he needs to go somewhere? That's pretty funny. Alright, well, with all that being done, I guess we'll start exploring the rest of town. You guys have earned it, I think. We followed up on a lot of loose threads today. And I am also very curious to see what we'll find on the other side of the waterlock. So we can start exploring it. Sure. Even though I do still have like a few... Find someone to sign the documents instead of the intended signees. But like, who else could it be? We have one with Klaasje about drama. I'm kind of curious about that. I might do that first. Then the backyard wall, still the mirror, the set of tracks. Alright, I will talk to Klaasje again because that sounds kind of important. And then we'll try and head out to town if we have time. So basically we need signatures of people who will, give up their home while this thing is being built? I'm not sure. Oh, wait. There was something in the cabinet too.
This medicine cabinet is stocked with drugs.
Alright, electrochemistry. +1 chemical hangover, +1 dress code modus molen. Dress code? What, because I'm dressed like this? Wait, electrochemistry? Can change gloves. Put on the pants.
This medicine cabinet is stocked with drugs.
Is there something more interesting here?
A bright orange bottle with peptide stamped on it. In sunny, happy letters. Jackpot, baby. That's the stuff you're looking for. Your palms begin to sweat just holding that little plastic container. And your chest swells with pride. Look, it's made right here in Revachol by San Baptiste, a proud Revacholian pharmaceutical company with great traditions.
What's so exciting about this orange bottle?
It's speed, man. Just what you were looking for. They call it dextroamphetamine and talk about psychological disorders. But what we're seeing here is some scientifically advanced trucker speed.
Lieutenant, I also see a brand called Peptide.
Peptide, a euphemism for pharmaceutical amphetamine. Prescription speed.
The fuck are you waiting for? Let's get super fucking preppy.
So I can just take it. -2 told Kim about it. I don't want it. I don't want it. Set of tracks. That's the tracks back there. We need visual calculus for that. Alright, all these white checks I can do because I got this one... I think I got a thought that reset all the white checks for like intellectual or something.
You clearly see footprints in the downy carpet of dust.
Jackpot. These, unlike everything else here, are new.
Large prints. One person
But
has
I've
been
gone through
here.
all this already, haven't I?
They've gone back and forth.
It means these prints, officer.
Wait, what is this? Set of tracks? Oh, I think it's not these tracks. It's the tracks in the backyard. Okay, well, never mind then. I'm just gonna go talk to Klaasje. I got the wrong tracks. Alright, so for her, we need drama. This is my drama outfit.
Hello, officer. What brings you up here again?
42%. We could put a point in it. I have so many points. But it's already at 5. Let's put a point in it. Wait, actually, let's try it, and if we fail, then I'll put a point in it.
Who?
Hey!
What? Dear God, you've been lied to. She could have killed her lover and lied to everyone. She's not candid at all. She's smoke and mirrors and will-o-wisps.
The will-o-wisps. So you're saying she could have just made up this whole story?
She probably didn't give you her real name either. Why would she? Arrest her immediately before she further entangles you in her web of lies.
Why, Kim, why have we not arrested her yet? Ugh. Devil woman. I think I finally noticed that like when something is in quotes, it's something you're actually gonna say. Like you're not gonna talk to yourself. So I don't want to call her a devil woman. I think you didn't make that call to... I mean... Your real name isn't Klaasje Amandu. What if I told you you're under arrest, miss? I want to ask Kim, but like... He's gonna be like, I don't know, why haven't we?
There may be grounds here. At least for an extended detention.
A little whimper. The young woman hears you. She's looking around.
What if I told you you're under arrest, miss?
But I haven't done anything. Anything illegal.
She backs up against the railing with a forced smile on her face.
She purposefully misrepresented information crucial to the case.
She didn't really, though. Like, she kind of did at first, and then as soon as we questioned her about it, she just told us the truth.
Fucking mind games. Enough. That's right, gang. Stern and merciless now. Stern and merciless as we reel her in.
You misrepresented information about the case. Without the Hardy's confession, we'd know nothing. You are suspected in a murder investigation. You're a flight risk. That is all the reason I need. You're not playing these mind games with me anymore. You're coming in. Industrial espionage, we uphold international law here in the zone of control. I mean, she did kind of misrepresent information.
The lieutenant produces a pair of handcuffs.
Please, no.
Her eyes become round with fear. She tries to back further off.
I think I know who did it. Who shot Lely. I can tell you. I can help you.
What do you know? Who shot him? Kim, arrest this woman before she can say anything else. What do you know?
She's silent for a second, as if looking into herself for certainty. Then, in a hushed voice, she says, gearing up for this betrayal is hard for her.
Ruby.
And this kind of confirms our suspicions. Why do you think it was her?
She has this thing for me. Ever since I met her and the boys downstairs. She's been pretty frank about what she wants.
What she's saying is... sex.
And what is that?
Sex.
Oh.
And more. I made the mistake of confiding in her. I told her I was on the run. She started protecting me. It became an unhealthy relationship. When I started spending time with Lely, she told me to end it. Said there would be shit if I didn't.
Oh.
It was not a good meeting. We stopped talking after that, but...
Until the night he died.
I don't understand. What exactly in your relationship made you think she's romantically interested in you?
Oh, that's the part you're curious about, Kim? The lieutenant sounds incredulous. He still has the cuffs in his hand.
She said she's in love with me. She even asked me to run away with her when I told her I'm a fugitive. She started developing notions about our relationship.
And you led her on?
The lieutenant narrows his eyes.
A little. I was flattered, you know? But then I had to let her off, and it was not easy. I came to regret being friendly with her. We maybe kissed, nothing more.
Are you lying to me, Klaasje? I mean, I don't have Ruby with me to ask her. It sounds possible. It sounds like Titus and even all the boys had sex with her at some point, maybe, unless they just said that and like it wasn't true. No, she said that because I asked like who among the Hardy boys were you with, and she said like which ones, plural, so like implying she'd been with many of them. And so what, this would be the motive? You think Ruby killed this man because you were with him? I guess it's possible, but seems like a really reckless thing to do. Sounds like she was fixated on you.
This is just an assumption.
I know what it sounds like. That's why I didn't want to tell you before. But she knew what had happened when I came downstairs.
Right, I remember I made a note of this. When the murder happened and Klaasje went downstairs to talk to the Hardy boys, she mentioned specifically, I didn't have to say anything. Ruby knew something was wrong. And like, I didn't think anything of it at the time, but now I'm seeing this, I'm like,
Somehow, she knew Lely was dead. She wasn't surprised at all. When we came up here, she was calm as a stone, too. She cleaned it all up, like she had a plan.
When Ruby said there would be shit happening if you didn't end your relationship with the deceased, was she threatening you?
She came over one night, drunk, said she'd turn my life into a living hell. I've been threatened before, so I can tell when someone knows how to do it. And she's a pro. She must be. To keep the Hardys in line. I tried severing ties with her after that. I thought it had worked, but...
I think I missed a roll there because the continue was like orange and then no one chimed in, so I think I must have missed a roll. But usually even when you fail it, it says something. She looks through the window of her room.
Some of that fear is still with her. She exhales sharply.
But then you confided in her in your moment of need.
What are you talking about? She's afraid you'll arrest her.
And how could she have killed him?
You've been through there, right? I saw you come out.
She points
It leads downstairs.
to the door that leads to the pinball workshop.
She could have come to the roof through that, then made the shot right here, where I stand. It was dark outside. I wouldn't have seen her.
Or this could all be that you're trying to frame this person.
Then slipped back downstairs without anyone noticing. That is possible.
Interesting theory. Did she know that door exists? Had you been out there with her?
Yes, of course. She's been up here many times, jacking private stations off the ring antenna. She used to come here to drink on the roof with me, before it got weird.
Okay, that's it for Ruby.
Okay, and what? Arrest the liar now. Why? She told us some pretty interesting things there.
Who? What do you mean, who? Who?
Her. Stop letting her distract you.
That's all good, but I think we should still take you in just in case. Which, according to her, if we arrest her and bring her into the RCM system, she said it's pretty much a death sentence because like the people looking for her will find her and kill her. At least that's what she claims. And Titus did ask us not to bring her in. Okay, I'll keep you here, miss, for now. But like, just because we threaten her with arresting her, she might just like vanish. She might disappear because she's gonna be scared that like we might arrest her in the future. Okay, I'll keep you here, miss, for now.
Thank you. Thank you. You won't regret it.
I'll hold you up to that.
Something tells you, you will.
Can I actually... Like, I don't want to accuse her of lying, because it doesn't seem like she's been lying, but I wonder what she would answer to these. Your real name isn't Klaasje Amandu. Well, she did say she hid the passport somewhere on the coast, right? So maybe we can actually find her passport and find out that that's not her real name. And then we could come back and confront her about this, but I feel like by the time I come back, she might be gone. Like, now that she's seen that we're... I mean, then again, she's been here this whole time. If she wanted to run, she could have done it before, but... Because we flashed these handcuffs, I feel like now she might be like, okay, it's time for me to just go. Let's change the subject for the time being.
She slowly lights another cigarette and steadies her breath, as if in the presence of some tiger.
Like, if you were so scared of the police, you wouldn't still be here. You would have changed locations.
You are. This is not the end of this.
Let's get back to those lies you told. Those lies, so multiple. So it really might not be her real name. She might not have placed the call, but I don't have definite proof. I don't want to accuse her until I found some indication or proof that that's the case. Like, if I find her passport or something like that, then we can confront her about those lies. But for now, until we at least hear from like Ruby or find some proof to the contrary, I'm going to assume that she told us the truth. Because most of what she says is corroborated by Titus. So... We'll be back. Is she going to stay here? Titus asked me not to take her in and I didn't, so I feel like I've held up my end of the bargain for now. And you would think she would be more... Like, you would think she would be safer in the hands of the police than just out here, where she can... I don't know. I wonder if Kuno can say something about my jacket.
Fuck, does Kuno care?
Fuck, does Kuno care? He doesn't care. I talked to Mañana about the armor.
So?
He raises eyebrows, projecting aggressive indifference. He told me you promised to sick the pigs on him. He said to thank you, wasn't too keen on chasing down that armor anyway. He said you're now the king of the entire Jamrock? You know, he said to thank you.
Fuck, okay. Kuno's a giver like that, yes?
He looks slightly confused.
Kuno sent your fat ass running around like jello.
Look, pig. Kuno sent you to rough some people up. Kuno played you. That happened. Now you and Kuno should move on.
Good idea.
Yes, let's move on. I will remember this, Kuno. Whatever, kid. I wasn't going to rough up anyone, though. Yes, let's move on.
Yeah, that's what Kuno said. Don't be saying what Kuno said back to Kuno. Get the fuck out of here, Patterson Kuno. After this shit, you better have something real interesting to say if you want to stay in Kuno's face.
Yeah, real interesting.
Kuno doesn't fucking care.
Alright, so what was it about the tracks? Visual calculus.
What do you see?
The lieutenant cleans his glasses, squinting at the shapes in the mud. So, our odd soul wasn't in the back of the whirling?
I don't know. They're about the same size. Not the same boot, no, but they could be the same person.
No horizontal boot prints? Whoever walked in the whirling spinball workshop didn't walk here.
No. These prints are pretty standard. The ones in the dust looked custom. Or maybe they're just a foreign design. It's a boot print, whatever the case.
So... what is this? Visual... I don't understand what the white check with this set of tracks is.
What do you see?
I don't know. I don't know what I'm supposed to see, but oh man, I've been recording for a long time already. Normally I would usually I would end the episode here, but I did say I was gonna start exploring the new part of town, so let's do it just a little bit. And also because if I don't go anywhere new, I'm not gonna have any thumbnail for this episode. Because I've used every damn location as a thumbnail already. There's supposed to be a butcher guy across here, right? The radio relay hums with electricity. Ooh, get some money on the ground. Exciting, a new part of town. What do we got here? Some magnesium. Traffic beyond the gate, more abandoned motor lorries. This is locked. The sign says no entry. Someone scribbled an inverted star on it. Okay, yeah. The inverted star, of course. A breaker box to power the radio pylon above you. Maybe there's something inside? Maybe. Some money! Another one of these trash containers identical to the one behind the whirling. What wacky characters are we going to meet here, I wonder? Someone has broken down the fence and the barbed wire. Huh. Glory, says the graffito, to the ghosts of us. Sure. Some more money. What is this? Even more money? Hey, finding a bunch of money. The swing is missing. No one's been here for a long time. Oh, there was something here. Birds in the birch tree. Barely audible coos come from above. I don't see any birds. Someone has left their music collection beneath the tarpaulin. Ooh. Smallest church in St. Helens. This is the song. This is the song I was singing before I trashed my room, isn't it? I can sing this at the karaoke, can I? The tape you found from a shack on the coast. The A-side has Smallest Church in St. Sians written on it, while the B-side is supposed to contain the instrumental version. Oh, I can definitely sing this at karaoke. My stomach is growling so loud right now, I'm almost surprised it's not getting caught on the mic. Interact.
The porter reel is just what you needed. The reel's attached to the apparatus with a satisfying click. The tape is routed behind the magnetic reader.
Press play on tape.
You press the large button marked Commencer, and the tape starts spinning. There's a small delay before the song starts playing.
Press your ear against the speaker or keep the porter wheel at the harmless distance and wait.
Then the organ starts playing a simple, melancholic tune echoing in the hallway. A lone singing voice joins in, telling you about the tiniest church in Cessons, surrounded by even tinier yard. You almost feel the seaside mist on your skin. It's mega sad. Within seconds you know, this is the one, the real shit you've been looking for. The one you trust your room to that Klaasje told you about. Perform it. A click. Then silence for a bit. Then the tape stops spinning.
Could I sing this for karaoke? I think I could sing this. No, I couldn't. It's too sad. I might cry and trash the room again. Scratch that. I'm already crying. And I look dumb. And old. No, I'm gonna sing it.
Of course you could sing this. You could take sad to a whole new level with this. And you already know the lyrics since you've listened to it like 1,000,000 times.
Yeah.
Yep. They're all here. All 3 verses.
He's like, yep, they're all here in your brain.
And the B-side of the tape contains the instrumental version. It's like the world itself is telling you to do it. Only one obstacle stands on your way.
What?
Gart. You have to convince Gart to let you sing karaoke in the whirling. After you've won him over, you can express yourself. Let the pain out. Make everyone understand.
Oh, I'm sure Gart will agree. We're pretty close by now, right?
The lieutenant watches you pack up the boombox. He doesn't say anything.
He's like looking at me. He's like, oh no, I think I know where this is going. Nice. I finally have a song to play. All right, let's go.
Rust peels off the bent iron posts of the swing. The wind whistles through the skeleton of the small house behind you. There's desolation everywhere. Yet someone used to live here, laugh here. Thought it was a good idea to build a swing, even.
What happened here?
In this yard?
The lieutenant looks at the small building. A flock of gray swallows takes off in the distance.
Someone thought they could have a summer house in a bloc obscur, for cheap. It didn't work out. They abandoned it about a decade ago.
Wait, what's a bloc obscur?
A black bloc. A part of the city left unrenovated after the war. Or one that has fallen to gang violence, or has become inhospitable in some other way.
So this part of the coast is a bloc obscur.
Practically, it's not an official term in any way, but look around. No sewage, broken power lines, crime, drunks. Life is tough in the blocks. It's no place to build a summer house.
At least they left some old music behind.
Yes, and you picked it up as part of the Jamrock shuffle.
He gives you a wary smile.
It's not meant as nagging, just an observation.
He's just pointing out that you always pick up, like, everything laying around.
We should move. I don't think our suspect is in this particular yard. No place to hide. And besides, it's too close to Martinez.
So yeah, we've clearly established Ruby as our suspect at this point, even though it could still be Klaasje, but that seems unlikely. I can see some footprints there. I haven't met a single soul yet. This place is kind of deserted. Through the broken glass, dusty shelves, and a forgotten chair. You see a dark red chair in the dim light of the room.
It's only a red chair. Just a red chair in an empty shack, with what looked like a dusty bow tie on the shelf. Nothing to see here, right?
I don't know. You tell me. Hey Kim, where are we?
In someone's abandoned shack. On the coast. In Martinez. In Ravachol.
He's like, just in case you forgot again.
He's afraid you've forgotten suddenly.
What's with the red chair?
Nothing. It's just a piece of furniture.
He looks at the chair gathering dust. But at this point, like, we've surprised him often enough with, like, surprisingly insightful observations that he's kind of willing to humor us about any question we might have about the world. Because he's like, just a chair, but please, where's this going?
Red paint is peeling off it. Looks like blood, no?
Would our suspect be staying here?
Here. I don't see signs of recent habitation. This place is abandoned.
See? He doesn't like the vibration from the red chair either.
Alright, let's move. What's that about? Postcard, Coal City 08. Can find a lot of these postcards. This postcard depicts a forest of smoke stacks, releasing fat plumes of smoke into blue cloudless sky. The tinge of age, the color of old teeth, gives it a sickly look. Written on the back is a single sentence repeated twice. I got out, I got out. No addressee. Ominous. Oh my god. A +2 drama bow knot. +2 theater kid. You're sure that wearing this tie is a statement. You're not sure what kind of statement though. Instead of the necktie? Oh, my Inland Empire is super high already. I'm definitely wearing that. Oh, that's great. Hell yeah. Sorry, necktie. My necktie is gonna be angry. A cold breeze is enough to make the wall planks creak. I have a beautiful little bow tie now. That's perfect. There's a boat tucked away underneath the tarpaulin cover. Still haven't seen anyone. Sounds of life in the north. A washboard scrubs filth from fabric. Cinder blocks charred. A makeshift fire pit with magazines for lighting. And, oh, there's a bunch of people there.
The worn and beaten wooden planks of the bench do not look overly comforting.
We can sit on benches after we've solved the murder. Let's go.
You can revisit the bench if you ever need to pass the time when Lieutenant Kitsuragi is gone.
Okay, not sure why I would do that, but sure. The bushes are too thick and thorny to pass through. Allez-vous-en, which means go away. Quick travel unlocked. Wait, there's... Excuse me? There's fast travel in this game? Since fucking when? White curtains have been drawn shut, no looking in. Who lives in there? You saying there's quick travel now? How would I do that? Quick travel? What? Okay, I don't know how I would even fast travel, but sure. Ooh, some pants. Intersolary trousers. +1 to Kingdom of Conscience. Wait, didn't I already get Kingdom of Conscience? +1 Kingdom of Conscience. Moreless pants. I mean, they would fit this outfit well. But I don't get any bonuses from them. Actually, where are my black jeans? There we go. Tailored trousers in light brown, moderate in every aspect. They're absolutely unremarkable. In other words, perfect. You see dust-covered linens, dried tulips on a bed. I think if I start talking to these guys over there, that's going to be a pretty long conversation, so I'm not going to get into that just yet. A creaking ahead, a broken axle grinding. Oh. That's someone's car. Banged up fuel canister. Ooh, we can sell that. A dented stainless steel canister for transporting and storing heavy fuel oil. A logo on its side has been partially stripped over years of use. The government issued red dyed fuel oil inside looks like paint, though it smells much, much worse. Yeah, that's what Cindy's been using to paint. What do you make of this, Kim?
A banged-up motor carriage lies half submerged in the icy water, slowly sinking into the Insulindian Ocean. Only the cabin top, rear wheels, and the engine remain visible.
He's gonna be like, oh, that's such a shame.
It must be cold and lonely down there, in the icy water. Remember the tire tracks in Martinez? This is where they were leading.
Oh, this is where the tracks on the plaza were leading to.
It appears to be so.
The lieutenant has a peculiar look in his eyes as he inspects the wreckage. Let's investigate.
I agree. We should definitely investigate.
Oh? The lieutenant replies his eyes never leave the sunken vehicle.
You get a sudden sinking feeling. Stomach acid comes up as you look at the motor carriage in the deep, dark, cold water.
Oh no, is it my car? Is this my car that I crashed?
Why the doom and gloom? It's just a sunken motor carriage. Some motor carriages are bound to end up in the sea.
Or maybe not. Run your hand over the cold metal.
The motor carriage is properly stuck in the ice. Getting it out would require a team of specialists.
It might not be my car, but like, now that I'm thinking about it, how did I get here? Kim came here with his car, but like, where's my car? What is the make of this MC? Can I see a logo?
The logo is too deep in the murky water. You can't make it out, but you do see a monkfish float by.
A monkfish? What the hell is a monkfish? It's this. How long has it been here?
The ice hasn't closed around the vehicle yet. My guess is it's been here since last Saturday or Sunday.
Okay, so after I was here then. Wait, that kind of fits when I got here. Because our day one was Monday, and I'd been there for like 3 days. So this could be me. He leans forward to peek into the cold water. Well, well, well. Looks like Jacob journey came to an abrupt end here. Who? Who the hell is Jacob
Your mocking tone finds no response, but the motion of the waves.
Did you say something, Lieutenant? Yes, yes. Crazy recklessness. Yet another case of the engine displacement triumphing over the driver's IQ. Enough gloating, this is serious. Did you say something?
I did not. But I'd say it has been here since last Saturday or Sunday.
What should we do?
Let's wait for the low tide and see what's inside.
How long will it take for the low tide to come in?
I don't know. An hour or 2 tops?
Sit on the swing and wait for the tide to recede? Really? Okay.
As you sit down in the old rusty playground, the world around you becomes very silent.
Just sitting here on the swings with my friend Kim. This is nice.
The hinges creak under your weight, dangerously so.
Oh, I'm sure it's fine.
Nothing but the sound of seagulls high above in the sky, echoing like distant laughter. Ice cracks around the blue motor carriage in the sea.
Hold on, it looks very blue. Point to the sunken vehicle.
Yes, it does.
What's your favorite blue thing?
Let me think about it.
Wait in silence. I can whistle a tune. Ooh. Good thing I got this beautiful bow tie that gives me more drama.
The tune on your lips forms a strange yet undeniably beautiful contrast with the surrounding bleakness. The lieutenant gives you a quick glance. Then, still looking straight ahead, he joins you with a higher pitched and slightly more melodic trill.
We're fucking duo whistling, dude. Hell yeah. This is so nice. He gave me a quick glance, saw I was whistling, was like, I guess I'll join in. We're such good partners now, Kim.
2 birds on a wire, whistling by the seaside, looking at the water and a sunken car.
What a nice moment.
The clouds pass in the sky, and the shadow of the swing moves like the hour hand on a timepiece. 30 minutes have passed.
I mean, this is not a great use of our time, but could I have just been here later, or like would it be 2 hours of waiting no matter when you get here? Because like time is passing. I could have been investigating during this time, but this is a nice moment, so that's fine. 30 minutes have passed.
Looks like this might take a while. Time to present a good topic for discussion.
Ooh. So was your dad also, point to your eyes? What, like nearsighted? The tide sure is taking its sweet time. Would you rather sit on an anthill for an hour or stand in a river of leeches? Now, I guess I want to know more about you.
My dad and mom are both half Seolite.
Oh, so both. I don't know who my mom or my dad was. I miss my parents. That's so sad. They're both half Seolite, so he's like a quarter Seolite. I guess I miss my parents.
Clouds on the horizon grow darker, and the shadow of the swing set keeps climbing. You hear the distant rumble of the city. 30 minutes pass.
All I'm saying is I'm surprised people's skin color varies so drastically, and that I miss my mom. If you have to side with either the strikers or the shipping company, who would you choose? Do you think I will ever find my gun? Man, this is taking a long time. Oh, these are all so interesting. I mean, I am kind of curious about your political alignment here.
Luckily, I am already a member of an independent organization, and therefore do not have to choose between a rock and a hard place.
Okay, but if someone puts a gun to your head, I guess that's just your way of saying you'd side with the company. I understand you're saying you're siding with the union. Okay, but come on, if you had to choose.
Your voice echoes on the water, strange and out of place in the environment. 30 more minutes pass.
Can you make out the marquee now?
Detective, I've been able to make out the mark ever since we arrived. I find it odd that you haven't. It's a Capri, Model 40.
Okay, well, I'm not all into cars like you are, Kim. We're not all nerds about cars.
It is a simple and rugged machine, favored by working men, government offices, firefighters, animal control people, you know, those kinds of people.
Squint your eyes and say, is that a number on the side?
Yes, 41. What do you think it stands for?
Oh no, that's my car, isn't it? That's definitely my car.
It's as if he knows what it stands for, but wants you to say it. It's pedagogical.
41 is his rank in the underground street racing hierarchy. Small fish, this one. This must be Tommy 41, the morning host of FM 41. Looks like the factory made a mistake and accidentally called this one Capri 41. Stupid factory. I hate guessing. District something, a precinct, something municipal. I'm getting a horrible headache. Oh god, no. Oh god.
I'm sorry, Harry. I'm so sorry.
41. Precinct 41. A massive pit opens up in your stomach, and the most terrible feeling comes over you. Oh god, Harry. Oh god, Harry. What did you do? No. Just nope. Say no to this, Harry.
No, no.
Yes, your car is in the sea. Face it, so we can start dealing with this.
No, I mean seriously, it's just a coincidence.
The lieutenant just shakes his head.
Oh my god, it's mine! I drove my car into the sea!
I'm afraid so, yes. It looks like you drove your police motor carriage into the sea, after you jumped across the canal.
Maybe I was in pursuit of someone. How do we get it out? I can still fix it. They're not gonna take me back after this, are they? The badge, the gun, and now this?
The lieutenant adjusts his glasses and doesn't say anything.
So, you never told me, like, who would you side with, the company or the striker?
There is also a fourth thing you've lost.
A fourth thing?
More precious than the gun, the badge, and the motor carriage combined. Lost forever into the deepest of seas.
Oh, a thing that smells of apricot, you mean? I don't want to talk about that thing. They're not gonna take me back after this, are they?
People are more valuable than machines. Training a police officer is even more costly.
No, he's trying to cheer you up now.
People, yes, but not you.
I can still fix it.
That is very unlikely. All the electrics are toast. That goes for the electromagnetic steering and brake systems as well. You'd be lucky to find one undamaged component in there. In a few months, there will be nothing but rust left of this vehicle. It'll be cheaper to buy a new one. Well, not cheaper. This motor carriage costs 40,000 real. But in the long run, it still makes more sense to buy a new machine than try to refurbish this.
I don't have that kind of money. I couldn't even pay a hotel bill. People are gonna be angry at me, aren't they? In Precinct 41. This is a disaster. I couldn't even pay a hotel bill.
Let's face it, this is a substantial loss to your district's budget. I mean, my station only has 4 other vehicles in addition to my kinema.
He's avoiding your gaze now. How do we get it out?
Detective, we don't. A rescue operation really isn't viable at this point.
So he's just gonna be there like that?
I'm afraid it will have to be there like that for many years. Look at it. Parts of it might be salvageable, but overall, this machine is a write-off.
Maybe I was in pursuit of someone?
Of whom? I don't think so. If anything, you were probably drunk.
Well, at least I can see what's in there now. Ah, and we were having such a nice moment.
Yes. Let's go take a look.
Find a traffic hooligan. Oh boy. Is this my money? A bottle drained of all its booze is frozen to the ice. That's probably mine. What's in here? I found my badge! RCM Commander's jacket. +1 Esprit de Corps, +1 Visual Calculus. Nice! I found my frickin' badge! Lieutenant 2 JFR Dubois. The ice just off the coast crackles, shifting. Wait, I thought this was my uniform. This is a police cloak. I guess it goes on top of this. A black uniform jacket with RCM's signature white rectangle on its right sleeve and backside. Letters inside the collar read LTN2JFR. The jacket is of exceptional quality other than some minor wear and tear. +1 Esprit de Corps, United in black, +1 Visual Calculus, sharp eye. Oh boy. And then, can you wear that on top? Yeah, you can't wear both at the same time, so... Is that supposed to be me? Dubois? Lieutenant? What does 2JFR mean? Thick blue piece of acrylic covering a thin leaf of paper with the officer's name and rank on it. Next to the writing, you see a man stare back at you. A younger version of you, already disintegrating inside but still presentable on the outside.
A police badge on which you see the photo of a man. You. Some seaweed is stuck to the back.
I found my badge!
At least something good came out of all this.
The lieutenant glances at the badge in your hands. Let's study it.
Encased between two durable plastic sheets is a bluish card with lines of information and a watermark in the shape of the street grid of Revachol West. You see a photo, a name, a rank, a document number, the date of issue, and, in the lower right corner, your precinct.
Precinct 41?
Yes, it's the designation of your precinct. 41, like mine says 57. The 57th is mostly industrial harbor, a lot of asphalt. The 41st is...
He stops.
It's a tough station to work in. You have all of Jamrock to cover. That district should have 3 precincts, but money is what it is.
It's no wonder you are like you are, he thinks. But then again, it's a legendary district, and a hell of a station too. It must be an honor and a curse to work with people like Price, McCoy, Berdiaeva.
Okay, I've never heard these names though.
And you? Is it an honor to work with you? Don't ask him, ask yourself. The badge in your hand shines as you rotate it, catching light. You see lines of information on it, and a shining watermark.
Wait, date of issue 7th of November 50? Aren't we in 51? So it's only a year old? Why didn't they ever update my photo?
4 months ago. Seems like a new document was recently made. One is handed to you as part of a promotion, or if you lose the old one.
Oh, that's probably what happened.
A lot can happen in 4 months, especially in winter. The winters are never easy on you, of that you are sure.
Serial Rev 126205 Jam 41.
That's just the serial number. Revachol, Jamrock, Precinct 41, with some numbers thrown in there for good measure.
Okay, rank Lieutenant.
Lieutenant W. Freighter.
W. Freighter? What is a Lieutenant W. Freighter?
The lieutenant is a rank above sergeant and below captain. It's the highest rank in the RCM that still does field work. I am a lieutenant.
He's so patient for explaining all of this stuff to us that really we should know. He's teaching all these things to us like a child. It's that's what this means, and this is what this means. You are a lieutenant. Okay, so we are the same rank. So I guess you can be a detective and a lieutenant at the same time. And W. Freighter?
The title of Freighter is added to your rank when you decline a promotion to a higher rank. In your case, captain. You have declined twice, thus you're W. Freighter.
Wow, so I could have been captain twice and I said no?
There are many reasons one would do this. The rank above you in your precinct's décomptage might be taken. Or sometimes promoted officers do not want to replace their superiors out of respect. And sometimes they just prefer the type of police work available to their current rank. In your case, lieutenant.
Heavy-duty case-solving machine.
I thought my rank was a drunk. What's a décomptage?
Décomptage is the hierarchical system employed by the Revachol citizens militia. It means counting down to twos.
I mean, it just means counting, I guess, but sure.
The lowest rank is junior officer, usually teenagers. Then there are the patrol officers, then sergeants, lieutenants, and then a captain. That's basically it, except for a few kings.
Wait, you have teenagers working as junior officers?
Kings like satellite officers and the additionally a freighter rank I already explained.
The long and short of it is, you're his superior.
I guess in theory. Also, technically, I'm of a higher rank than Kim. Ooh, doesn't really feel like it. Wait, satellite officers?
You are given the title of satellite officer if your partner is quickly promoted through the ranks and you rise with him. You don't seem to be a satellite.
Oh, isn't that Jean Vicmar's case? Like, isn't he a satellite officer? So that means he was ranked up because he was my partner? So you've been putting up with all my bullshit because I'm your superior? So you've been putting up with me because we're of the same rank? Thanks for explaining all this. Don't mention it.
My pleasure.
Alright.
Such a small yet precious thing. Expensive paper caught between thick plastic, like a fly in amber. It reads.
So my name is not Harry, it's Harrier. Harrier Dubois.
Harrier? That's long for Harry. So you are Harry. Evrart was half right. Probably not a lot of people know your full name. Whoever told him you're Harry Dubois didn't.
Why do you sound so excited about my name being Harrier? What kind of name is that?
It's a wartime name. Revolutionary. The kind mothers give their sons during troubled times. Like Undying or Boxer or Ironhide.
Are people called that?
A name like armor.
But I don't want to be Harrier Dubois. Don't accept it. Harrier Dubois it is then. I don't accept it.
Why? It's a cool name. I like it.
Oh.
Besides, you're Harry anyway. No one's ever called Harrier.
He's not going to call you Harrier. He'll keep calling you officer when he's angry with you, and detective when he's not.
Okay, so he does have like a method.
The badge in your hands shines as you rotate it, catching light. You see lines of information.
Let's look at the photo.
The man keeps winking at you with his green-gray eyes. The photo is old, no doubt about that.
I mean, it looks almost like 15, 20 years old. How old?
8, maybe 10 years. The guy in the picture is rather good-looking. He's got a nice haircut and is distinctly lacking in massive sideburns.
And he's winking? Why?
What do you think? His face is already contorted by the expression, although it looks less grotesque on him than it does on you now.
Wait, I was already doing the expression even back then?
The badge in your hand shines as you rotate it.
Oh yeah, he is kind of. He's like... Amazing. Smiling on your ID card. How about that? Well, I've gone way over my usual episode length, so I hope you guys appreciate this extra long episode. I made it a little bit longer because I know a lot of you guys wanted me to explore the rest of town, so now we have. And we'll do even more exploration in the next episode. So a fairly productive episode. We followed up on a lot of loose threads and like white checks that we needed to try again, and I succeeded most of them. There's still a few that we're gonna have to try again sometime, but found a lot of new clothes and finally started exploring the rest of Martinez. Excited to see what more we're gonna find in this new part of town. So that's gonna be it for me today. I'm really hungry, I need to go. So as always, thank you so much for joining me. I had fun playing this, hope you had fun watching it, and I'll see you in the next episode for some more Disco Elysium. Stay disco.